Welcome back. Today's problem involves mixing different concentrations of solutions with different strengths. Here's the problem. During a hectic shift at the pediatric ICU, you're asked to prepare 100 ml of a 10% glucose solution for a neonate with hypoglycemia. When you rush to the supply cabinet, you discover the only concentration in stock are 16% and 32% glucose. The resident insists, just mix the two strengths until you hit 10%. Here's the question. What is the correct ratio or parts of 16% to 32% solution needed to make a 10% solution? A, 11 parts of 16% to 3 parts of 32%. B, 6 parts of 16% to 22 parts of 32%. C, 1 part of 16% to 2 parts of 32%, or D, none of the above. Please pause this video and see if you can do this problem. Now, when mixing different strengths of solution, it is useful to set them up so that you can see what part of each solution you need to get in order to get to your target. So one common method is to list what you have in stock. So we have 16% and we have 32%. And then in the middle, we will put our target, which is 10%. And then you will see what part of each of these you are trying to get. So if you essentially do it this way, you will say that this is 32 minus 10, which is 22 parts of the 16%. And then here we will do 16 minus 10, so that's 6 parts of the 32%. And of course, you have the opportunity to simplify this, so you can essentially say that this is, if you divide by 2, this is 11 parts, and you divide this by 2 is 3 parts. So you have 11 parts of the 16% and 3 parts of the 32%. Unfortunately, this is wrong. That's because your target concentration is actually lower than the 2. So you're supposed to put this in order. So the lowest concentration is 10, and then you have 16, and then you have 32. In other words, there is no way to mix the 16 and 32% to get the 10% concentration. So essentially, it's not possible to mix these two to get to 10%. Now, since the 10% is outside of the available range, it is impossible. So before just mixing concentration, always verify that the desired strength is within the range the available solution can produce. In other words, when mixing these two, the lowest concentration you can get is 16% and the highest is 32%. So your target should be somewhere between 16 to 32, and 10 is outside of that range. Hopefully, this problem helped you think about these types of problems. Make sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, take care.